Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're diving into one of the most incredible stories from the Quran. It's this timeless epic about a family that gets ripped apart by jealousy, brought back together by a massive famine, and then put through the ultimate test by a brother's brilliant plan. It's a story all about betrayal, redemption, and a really clever test to the heart. So let's get into it.
And really, this whole thing boils down to one big question. How do you actually prove that you've changed? I mean, when trust is completely shattered, what does it take to truly earn forgiveness? That's the huge challenge facing these brothers, who did something terrible to one of their own so many years ago.
All right, so let's set the scene. We're jumping forward decades after the initial betrayal. A terrible famine has hit the whole region, and it's forcing people to travel for miles and miles just to find food. And this is what leads to a fateful and kind of awkward family reunion in Egypt. Can you just picture this? You've got these 10 brothers, totally humbled by hunger, standing in front of this super powerful Egyptian official, basically begging for some grain. The irony here is just off the charts. Because this powerful guy, the one who literally holds their lives in his hands, is their long-lost brother, Yūsuf, the one they sold into slavery. They have no idea it's him, but oh, you better believe he recognizes them. Their plea says it all. "Oh, eminent one, give us provision." I mean, wow. That one line tells you everything you need to know about how far they've fallen. All that arrogance, that jealousy from when they were younger, gone. Replaced by the simple, raw humility of being hungry. And this one desperate request? Well, it's the spark that's about to set everything in motion.
Now, you'd think Yusuf would just, call them out right then and there. He could have embarrassed them, confronted them about everything, but he doesn't. Instead, he sees an opportunity, not for revenge, but for something so much bigger, a test of their character.
So Yūsuf says, "Sure, I'll help you out." But there's a catch. He tells them he'll give them the grain, but only on one condition that cuts right to the heart of their old crime. He demands they go back home and return with their youngest brother, Binyamīn, who happens to be Yusuf's only full brother. This isn't just about logistics, it's the very first move in a brilliant psychological test.
And for their father, Yaqub, this is a huge deal. He's already lost one son because of their carelessness. So to let another one go, he raises the stakes. He demands more than just their word. He makes them swear a sacred pledge, an oath in God's name. This is an unbreakable promise that binds them legally and morally, and it forces them to face the idea of loyalty that they once threw away so easily.
So the brothers head home. Yeah, they've got grain, but man, they have this huge new problem. They have to face their elderly father, Yaqub, and suddenly the ghost of their oldest, ugliest lie is coming right back to haunt them. And just look at this comparison here. It's pretty stark, right? On one side, you have that flimsy, pathetic lie they told their dad about Yusuf and the wolf, and on the other, you have this sacred, unbreakable oath they now have to make to that same man. Their old deception is now in a head-on collision with their new responsibility.
When they ask their father to let Binyamīn go, his response is just incredible. Yaqub, who is still grieving for Yusuf after all these years, doesn't lash out. He can tell something's off, but instead of anger, he turns to his faith. He basically says, patience is the best way, and I'll ask God for help with this situation you're describing.
And this gets to a really important idea called sabr jamil, or beautiful patience. And it's the key to understanding Yaqub. This isn't about just quietly suffering. It's an active, dignified kind of strength that's built on just absolute faith in God's plan. He's the moral rock of this family, showing a kind of grace his sons are only just now starting to figure out.
Okay, so with their father's reluctant blessing and that solemn oath made, the brothers head back to Egypt, with Binyamīn in tow. They probably think the hard part is over, but in reality, they've just walked right into the final and most intense part of Yusuf's test.
Yusuf welcomes them back, gives them even more grain, and as they're getting ready to leave, he has one of his men secretly hide a valuable royal cup in Binyamīn's sack. The brothers take off for home, totally relieved, thinking their mission is a success. But they don't get very far before they hear horses and shouting right behind them.
And then bam! "Oh, caravan, you are thieves!" Can you imagine the shock? The accusation is public, humiliating, designed to cause maximum panic. They're stopped, they're searched, and, of course, the cup is found in Binyamīn's bag. The trap is sprung.
I mean, in that one moment, their whole world just comes crashing down. And it's not just about being accused of theft. It's about that oath, that sacred promise they made to their father. If they fail, they are utterly ruined. They lose their honor, their family's trust, everything.
And this is the moment.
the turning point of the entire story. Faced with losing Benjamin, the exact same way they lost Yūsuf, they do something they never, ever did before. They offer a sacrifice. They beg the official to take one of them, any of them, instead of their youngest brother.
That selfless offer? That right there is the answer to Yūsuf's test. It's the proof he was waiting for all along. In that one moment, he sees that these are not the same men who threw him in a well all those years ago. Something has fundamentally changed.
I love this chart because it lays it all out so clearly. Look at the massive shift. Under loyalty, they went from betraying their brother out of pure envy to literally offering themselves up to save him. For honesty, they went from a pathetic lie about a wolf to a sacred oath they were terrified of breaking. And their attitude? From arrogant and jealous to genuinely humbled and sorry. This is what a real change of heart looks like.
Their willingness to sacrifice themselves for Benjamin is the proof. It proves their repentance is real. It's not just about saying sorry. It's about a deep moral shift that they showed through their actions. Yūsuf now knows the truth. They've passed his test.
So, okay, the brothers prove they've changed. They passed the test. But that just opens up an even deeper question, one that goes way beyond this one story. Proving you're sorry is one thing, but is it enough? Can a family, or any relationship for that matter, truly heal from a betrayal that deep? That, my friends, is where the long road to forgiveness really begins.